YouTube, what's up? It's 22222. We got a whole lot of twos today on a Tuesday, and the vibes are great, fantastic. Unless you're watching the mainstream news, then you'll be living in fear, thinking that the world's about to head into war. But we know that this has been planned long ago, and I digress. The reason why I wanted to come to you today is I wanted to give you my thoughts on DeFi. So, many people are asking, where can I stake my XRP? Where is the best place to get DeFi returns? Well, for me, you have two options. You have solid DeFi opportunities that are vetted out, have third party audits, and actually are legit. And then you have speculative, what I would compare to meme coin hype type of activity going on. So, for those of you that are degenerates that want to gamble and you got a little bit of money to play with, then I'm not going to knock your hustle. I'm not here to judge you for gambling your money away. I hope it works out for you, and I know many of you have. The TikTok kids didn't want to hear it when I told them that the DeFi Wonderland Ponzi scheme was going to crash, that program wasn't going to work out. And after it crashed 90%, I think maybe they figured that one out. Jade Protocol, that one crashed, 99%? And basically, none of these platforms really made it, the ones that were offering the ridiculous returns. I mean, some of them are still kind of hanging on, but a lot of them have had to reduce the amount of returns that they're doing. And that's what I said from the very beginning. I said, no one's going to be able to offer 80,000% returns. That's not going to last. So, and especially during the bear market here, these platforms will get absolutely wrecked. I do believe that for sure. You'll have major liquidity squeeze. When that hits, these DeFi platforms are not going to make it, and everyone's going to be trying to hit the exits at the same time, and you will run into liquidity issues. But like I said, if you have a portion of your portfolio that you gamble on meme coins, that you gamble on very high risk speculative bets, then it can be worth it. But I said from the very beginning, take your money and run. So when you invest into a Time Wonderland Ponzi scheme or whatever you choose to invest in, take your money and run. As soon as you make back your initial investment, you need to pull that out so that you de-risk and basically take your initial out and protect yourself from losing your principal. And so that's the strategy that I've kind of been telling people that I would be applying. Personally, I've stayed out of it. I had my Algorand on Coinbase making my little 4% gains, and that's about the extent of any, and that's not even really true DeFi, but that's the extent of how I've kind of gotten into the space. I've been waiting to see more legitimate platforms come out, and I did go to get set up on Nexo, which the news came out last week that they actually have paused the staking, and what is called the Nexo Earn platform has been paused while Nexo comes into compliance with the regulations, which I like to see. The BlockFi settlement worth $100 million that we got last week, that was major. And that gives us a glimpse at what's coming. Basically, you're going to have to register with the SEC. You're going to have to come into compliance. And you may have to settle up and pay the toll guy, good guy Gary, $100 million in the case of BlockFi. I don't know if Nexo is going to have to settle up or if anything's going to happen there. But the SEC is coming hard after these DeFi platforms. The stable coins and the DeFi platforms are the main targets for the SEC, for our Congress, for the banks and the financial institutions that lose market share when you choose to not have a savings account at the bank, but you would rather just hold some crypto that's going to give you a 10% return or whatever it may be. So that's why we're seeing the regulators, the Congress, come after DeFi and stablecoins so hard. They were coming at Coinbase for trying to offer 4% on USDC. So that for me was a big warning of, if Coinbase can't even give you 4% on USDC, a stablecoin that's backed 1-to-1 by the US dollar, then there's no way that these other platforms are going to be able to make it through to the other side. But the DeFi space, I am very excited for it. I'm definitely so I went to do Nexo Earn, but it was not available in Washington State. So some states it wasn't available. Of course, the terrible state that I live in, Washington, we can't have access to any of the good exchanges. And so yeah, I wasn't able to use Nexo Earn in Washington State. However, they have since stopped the Nexo Earn program last week until they come into regulations. Now, what I've been saying is that we are going to see a massive amount of DeFi come to the XRP ledger this year. Once this lawsuit is over, once the Flare Networks gets launched, utility will be unlocked and the value will be discovered. I am super excited. I'm not worried at all. It's all coming, guys. I believe that we're seeing now the big Wall Street firms are offering crypto trading and they're going to be offering crypto custody solutions for their big billionaire clients. So it's all coming. You're going to be able to hold and probably stake your crypto even at like major banks. I'm expecting that's coming down the pipeline here soon. And then you're also seeing new platforms coming out like Flare, which will be launching here hopefully this year. That's going to bring a massive amount of DeFi to the XRP ledger. Now, in the meantime, there is DeFi plays that are available, and we're going to be covering that in a deep dive, as you guys have been seeing here on the screen. We're having our next deep dive class is going to be on DeFi this Thursday, February 24th, and that's going to be at 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. for those of you on the East Coast. But all of these deep dives are recorded. So we had the real estate deep dive just a few weeks ago, and that was taught by a Rich Dad Poor Dad teacher, a guy who used to teach Rich Dad Poor Dad seminars. He put on a real estate deep dive for us, dropped a ton of knowledge on real estate. Now this week we have our DeFi deep dive, and we have a member who he's telling me that he's still making good gains in the middle of this downturn crab market that we're in. He's still getting good gains, and he's using platforms that are much more legitimate. Not these DeFi Wonderland Ponzi scheme types, but much more legitimate platforms. So he's going to be running us through a full class on how he's still getting gains right now in the DeFi space. And I do believe that this is going to be really important as we do head into a bear market. The ability to still be getting a return on your cryptos. That's going to be crucial as we head into this bear market. So I'm super excited about this DeFi class that we're going to be having here coming up in just 2 days. So if you want access to this, head to zachrector.com and get access into our Discord. You sign up for the Patreon and then you get sent the Discord link. Make sure you get on in here. It will be recorded though for those of you who don't make it in by Thursday. Come on in and check it out. I'm super excited about where we've gone with our Discord group. Just a tremendous amount of resources, tremendous amount of value that we continue to bring. And I am planning on raising the prices actually. So at the end of March, I'm going to be raising the prices on the Discord group, currently sitting at $17 a month. So if you get in by the end of March, you will have that locked in price. After that, I'm actually going to be raising the price because of the amount of work that myself, my team, is putting into this, and the caliber of talent and knowledge that we have joining this group is, I mean, it's a steal at $17 a month in my opinion. And so we're actually going to be raising the price at the end of March. So if you want to get in, you want to lock in your rate at $17 a month, head on over to zachrector.com and you can get access to our exclusive Discord group. With that being said, guys, I am super excited for this deep dive class, and I'm mostly excited for DeFi coming to the XRP ledger, and we'll be sharing all that information with you guys here on Thursday, and I will see you guys there. All right, take care, and God bless.